This part work has been supplied to me free of charge from Fanhome.com. Please pop along to their website and see all of the other build-up part works that they have to offer, as well as other collections of collectible things. I would like to thank Fanhome for providing me with the part work so I can produce these videos for your enjoyment and educational needs. If you'd like to build one of your own, pop along to fanhome.com. They're available in many countries worldwide. If you do want to build one, leave a note in the comments to let me know how you're getting on, and let me know how I'm getting on as well. I'd like feedback of all types. So thank you once more to Fanhome for providing me with this kit. I hope you enjoy the build. Let's get on with it. Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models. Welcome to issue 44 from The Fast and the Furious, building the legendary Dodge Charger RT. That car there with the big engine that's so big it won't fit under the bonnet. As ever, we're going to have a look through the magazine first. Then we will continue with the build. It's another fairly quick, self-contained build by the looks of it. But first of all, we're going to look at the Dodge Viper, a super sports car. I do like the look of that. Not sure about the yellow colour, but it's quite a nice looking car. It doesn't... my brain doesn't say either of those are related. Obviously they are, they're both Dodge, but they just look so very, very different that it just doesn't seem right that it's related to me. But there we go. Dodge Viper had a role in 2 other films in the saga, Tokyo Drift and Past 7. There we go. Walter P. Chrysler Museum. It's a museum about Chrysler, by the looks of it. 65 vehicles, several prototypes, engines, posters, and objects represented the group's history. Cool. Right, this step by step, we're doing the battery pack. It seems to be a theme with a lot of these builds now that we're using AAA size batteries rather than AA size batteries. Not entirely sure why. They don't last as long in use. They're a bit smaller, which is nicer, but the size of the model, I don't think the size is not going to be a big issue. So we're going to be putting the nut in there and putting covers on and then installing it into the bit from last time. And then installing... just keeping that aside for next time by the looks of it. Stiffening the setup. After installing sports suspension for an improved setup, you have to stiffen the front end. It's nice to have a stiff front end, apparently. I'm not going to go there. I don't know. But yeah, they put big bars across to stop it twisting, I assume. Yeah. By replacing rubber parts with polyurethane, increase the life and the life of the tyres and improve their handling. Why would they not use that to begin with then? That's what, yeah. Lots of pictures of inside the engine and how to stiffen your setup. Interesting. I don't know that it's really a user doing thing, but there we go. Right, that's that. I'll clear the bench, I'll get the parts ready, and we'll see about putting it all together again. Okay, in this issue we've got the battery box, 3 AAA size batteries. Again, 3 is a strange number. When you buy batteries, generally they come in packs of 4. Why 3? I don't know, but there we go. That's that. We've got 3 different types of screws, 1 nut and 1 plastic piece that basically holds the nut in place. So we're going to be using the nut first. We shall get that out of that bag there. We shall drop it in from this side. It goes into a nut-shaped hole on there. If you get it the right way round, it even goes all the way down. There we go. That's that. And then we are going to be using the plastic bit to hold it in place, and we're using GP screws for that. So 2 of those teeny tiny little GP screws. So I'm going to go down to a teeny tiny screwdriver, because that's going to be pretty small. So this is going in that way round. Basically just to hold the nut in place. It's going to cover sort of half of it. Get that side in and then get the other side in and then tighten them both up. Exactly the same as normal. There, that one. There. There we go. So now we've trapped the nut in there. It can't go anywhere. It will be ready for the screw that we did last week over here to go into it and hold it all together. But that's not quite yet. We're going to be using 4 FP screws. 1, 2, 3, one more, 4 of those to hold that onto here. Basically, that's what we're going to be doing. Now it's got the switch as being, I've just picked it up and it's already come undone. I'm going to have to do a little bit of emergency soldering to put that back in place where that should be. The picture shows it as being very close to the box itself, and it's not actually all that close to it. Let me unstretch all of this, sort of knot it up, which is fine, that's okay. But obviously that shouldn't be a loose wire there. So yeah, that is actually quite close, but not quite as close as it is. That's already connected in there. That's a little bit strange. Why was that be already extended? I don't know. So looking at this from here, we've got a slightly different style of battery box to the one that they're actually picturing. So it's going that way round and it's going to be over here. So yes, there's definitely solder there where that wire was. So that's where that needs to go again. So I'll resolder that on. I'll do that off camera because it just means getting a soldering iron out and heating that up and attaching that to there. So before I do that, let's turn this over. This is going to go on there like that. Still plenty of room to get to that. And the switch is going to go down the side down there, and that's going to be held in place with EP screws. So get it the same way round as they've got that there. Still gives me plenty of room just to connect up to there. So I shall do that at the end of the build. Make sure it's all connected and soldered in before next issue, when I'm assuming we're going to be fitting the entire thing into the casing itself. So I'm being careful not to trap the wire from the other side that's going to come around the outside here. Get all of those in place there. So basically we've got the black wire connected to this end. The battery is going to go through there. That's connected across here. Then it goes back up to there. That's connected across there, here. That comes back down to here. This is the other end of all of the batteries. So that is where the power comes out, basically. One long connection, but next to each other. The EP screws, as I say, are going to hold the connection in place. So I want to get this put in place before doing the soldering, mainly so I don't have to worry about it moving around and putting strain on the joint that I'm going to be soldering in. You could do it before, and if it was a tighter gap or, you know, harder to get to, then I certainly would be. But as it is, I'm very confident that there's plenty of room there for me to just solder that one connector here to where it needs to go.
I'm not sure about that.
That's good, because I didn't talk to you. Get this tightened down. Get the other 4 of those tightened down and see, yeah, apart from putting the battery cover in place, that is going to be done. So we're getting all the pieces from this and last time's build and putting them together. I like it when builds come together, when everything sort of, you end up with one piece rather than 7 different bits that are, you know, all floating around in a box for months. I'm looking at you, R2. So yes, this now will go on there, and that screw hole will accept that screw. That nut will go all the way through, and that will just hold that flush in there. Underneath we've got the switch, obviously, which we can flick. I've made sure to put it in so the 2 wires are at this end, but it's not labelled, it's not marked on and off in any way, so it doesn't matter if it was the other way around. It just means that you'd be flicking it in the opposite direction. So yeah, there we go. Let's just check to make sure that is everything. That is indeed, as it says, everything. There's no gap around the edge here where the wire is going to come out, so that's probably on the other side of the fuel tank that's going to be attached to. But that's that. I shall get that resoldered just on there, and that will be that. I shall see you very shortly for the next part of the build, where I believe we're going to be putting this into the chassis itself at the back. So yeah, that'll be quite good. That's even getting this bit and the big bit and making it just one big bit. So I like that. So thank you very much for watching. If you've had the problem with the solder, let me know in the comments as well. But it's not going to be too much of a problem. It's an easy fix. But treat it gently and hopefully yours will be okay. So thank you very much. I shall see you soon. Bye bye for now.